Open 2025.
Love 15.
Petko mentioned the clean ball strike. Pavlyuchenkova, definitely one of the cleanest ball strikes on her backhand side in particular. Always been her favourite shot.
All.
But likes to play aggressive all round.
Well, that's one way of doing it.
30-15.
I'm talking about the longevity of Pavlyuchenkova's career. She was World Junior #1 in 2006. Pretty much from then on, she was playing WTAs. She was a 15-year-old already competing against the very best and winning so much as well.
Well, she won the title, the junior girls title here, back to back.
40-30.
06 and 07.
Well, she was in the top 50 from 2008 till 2022. That is absurd.
Well, to add to that, this is match number 722.
Ooh.
Surely you get a prize. Just for walking out at this point.
The special 722nd prize. The other thing too is very much in the positive in terms of win-loss, as you would expect with her longevity in terms of her ranking. 412 wins, 309 losses.
That is a great hat, you're right. That's her boyfriend, Matthias. Always stylish. Quite often in a matching silk set on the side of the court.
I'm not sure I could go the full outfit, but I certainly could go the hat. That's more out of necessity than anything else.
You know what? I could see Petko in that hat.
Oh, now that's a good shout.
What do you mean I'm wearing it right now?
Oh. Advantage Siegemund.
And Siegemund, I has just an incredible approach to every single point. Everything matters so much to her.
With that dogged determination, you get an understanding as to why her matches tend to run long, because she knows how to fight back when she's receiving in this particular situation with 5 minutes in. They go anywhere. Doesn't make it easy for her opponents.
Advantage Siegemund.
Siegemund's box. Torben Beltz in the back there in the red. Long-term coach of Angie Kerber.
Halt.
Also joined by Antonio Zucker, who's been ever present in Laura's career.
Advantage Pavlyuchenkova.
Helps that they're together as well.
Game Pavlyuchenkova.
Well, an arm wrestle, setting the tone for what we're going to see across this match.
First game.
8 minutes, opening game. And Andrea, you would have seen Laura Siegemund a lot across your career when you were playing, and obviously in commentary as well. We see that dogged determination, not just on the singles court, but obviously what she's been able to achieve on the doubles court as well.
Yeah, and I think her biggest asset is really that she has a very high tennis IQ, and we saw that on full display against Zhang Qinwen. She comes out with a game plan in her head. She's a very smart young woman, and she thinks her opponents through, studies them meticulously. With Antonio Zucker, you just mentioned, Laura, her fiance and coach. Torben Beltz is actually the new head coach for the German Tennis Federation, so he's helping all the German girls here. And he's been doing a good job, because Eva leads into the third round, Laura Siegemund with the biggest upset on the women's side. So I think Torben should take full credit here.
Well, here's the win predictor, 64-36.
Laura Siegemund to serve.
You going to enter into that discussion, Laura?
The win predictor and I are not the best of friends. And I feel like if Siegemund had seen the win predictor there, she'd take that as like a personal vendetta.
Love.
First serve has been exceptionally good across the tournament for Siegemund. Across the season already. I know we're only at the early stages, but really high first serve percentage into play.
Oh.
Of course, as soon as I talk about it, that happens.
As
every
always.
time.
Almost guaranteed that.
Oh. .30.
I promise I won't talk about the serve again.
Yeah, well, only hit 3 double faults in the match against Zheng in the second round.
Out. Deuce.
Well, and it is a bit breezy down here. It swirls around. It's not terrible, but you can see it a bit on Laura Siegemund's skirt. And I'm down here. You can feel it. It's a bit there. So, especially in the beginning stages of the match, it can affect the serve.
Some of that aggression, just good control from Pavlyuchenkova.
Advantage, Pavlyuchenkova.
We're going to see a lot of variety from Siegemund throughout the match. She's very comfortable coming forward, but good drop shots, good hands as well.
Deuce. As Pavlyuchenkova is requesting replay of the call on the right serve.
Well, even from our commentary booth, you could see that was bang on the line.
Siegemund's all about. Just have a look at that point.
A bit of everything.
Advantage, Siegemund.
And the challenge for Pavlyuchenkova, obviously she wants to play aggressive, but you've still got to do it in a controlled way, because Siegemund's so good at it, just changing the pace and dropping back at times, adding the height, and then the next shot you might get something totally different.
Game, Siegemund.
An arm wrestle across the opening 2 games here.
1 game all.
Just the 16 minutes for 2 games, as expected.
$15 love.
Pavlyuchenkova, 3-time quarter-finalist here at the Australian Open.
$30 love.
Major being that runner-up result at Roland Garros in 2021.
$30-15. Out. 40-15. Game. Pavlyuchenkova.
Comfortable service game, considering what we've seen in the opening 3.
Pavlyuchenkova leads.
We're on serve. It's 2-1 in the first. Pretty much according to the script at the minute.
Yeah, I do feel that Pavlyuchenkova is going to get a few more free points off her first serve. We mentioned Siegemund's first serve percentage has been very high in this tournament, but that doesn't necessarily translate into quick points. So for Pavlyuchenkova, just the fact that she's got a few more kilometers per hour on that shot, and then such a great first strike on the +1.
And the short walk in the centre of Melbourne, the Arts Centre. You can see the spire as we continue to work around. And then into the parkland, the Maya Music Bowl. You sort of look towards the left of your screen. Lots of concerts there. And back towards the south.
15 love.
Well, ultra comfortable in that part of the court.
Yeah, not a surprise to see the move forward. I'm sure we'll see a fair bit of that today.
Now just testing out the ball toss. The tricky end this time of the day and the sun coming out.
Fault.
And here
15 all.
Pavlyuchenkova team, that's the way. Execution, trying to get in, stepping up the court to return.
Let's for serve. Thank you. Get that ball, please. Thirty 15. Thirty all. Let's for serve.
Know that she's going to have the firepower at the back of the court. Pavlyuchenkova.
And I think the back behind is a great play, just opening up the width slightly more with the forehand cross to finish it off.
Cain, Pavlyuchenkova.
And a break of serve early on in this opening set.
Pavlyuchenkova leads 3-1.
Well, and I'm right behind the coach's box of Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, and they've been urging her on to stay close to the line and try and take the ball early to take time away from Siegemund. They don't know there is a spy behind them.
Behind the court, seats quickly, please. Thank you. 15 love.
That's the hustle. And as Andrea mentioned, just taking that time away. Talked about Siegemund being comfortable getting forward. Well, no problems on that front for Pavlyuchenkova. That +1, so important, but well up the court to play it.
Forty love. $40-15.
Yeah, just reinforcing what the play is there, Pavlyuchenkova.
Exactly the way she wanted to play that service game. Pavlyuchenkova, the 27 seed, consolidating the break. It's 4-1 in the first.
Well, easy to see why Pavlyuchenkova has made the quarterfinals here 3 times. Just looks so comfortable on this surface. She's got that natural weight of shot that on a sort of a medium fast, I think we're calling it this year. It's where she'd like to live, I reckon.
Certainly seems to be a bit of variation across the courts in terms of the speeds, the tournaments, and what I've been hearing from players and the like and coaches.
Time.
Yeah, I think really depends on what time of day you're playing as well. The matches at night over the past few days have been noticeably different to the day session.
Love 15.
Petko, what's happening with that ball toss? Is it getting a little too far in front?
It doesn't look too far in front. It is definitely, she's chasing it a bit and she seems to take her head down very early. So the ball is still up and she takes her head down and sort of collapses if she doesn't have the core strength to keep up. That was a brilliant return, but from the side I can see when she keeps her chin up for a long time, she always makes it, but sometimes she just takes it down and then kind of collapses in the upper body. You can really tell from the side when it's going to land in the net.
$15-30.
Did it nicely and rolling along nicely here, Pavlyuchenkova in a great rhythm.
15-40.
She's enjoying this time that she has to work with, though. Even when Siegemund's trying to put the ball away there, it's not a flat shot. She's always got some rotation on it, and it's just sitting up for Pavlyuchenkova to do damage.
Let's first serve.
Fantastic point from both players all over the courts.
What a pickup from Siegemund.
30-40.
Not a bad drop shot at all there from Pavlyuchenkova. But the feel underneath the ball to get the height that was needed.
Game.
Eventually, Pavlyuchenkova gets the break again, rolling along nicely in this opening set.
5. The game is to 1.
Playing a blinder so far, though, Pavlyuchenkova. More winners than unforced. And just that weight of shot that we've seen. And on her serve at the moment, winning 75% of those first serve points.
Fault.
Just that little bit extra on that defensive shot from Siegemund, making the difference
15.
there.
Love 30.
And the last two rallies, there was a bit more on the ground strokes of Laura Siegemund. Maybe she's trying to get a bit more speed on them just to push Pavlyuchenkova back, because when Pavlyuchenkova is on the line and inside the line, it's really hard for Siegemund to gain some time to do all her slicing and dicing that she usually does.
Fifteen 30.
Yeah, and it just feels like Pavlyuchenkova is not bothered by the slice and dice. Every time Siegemund opens the racket face, she's enjoying it because it just allows her to move up the court even more.
Oh, nicely done on that overhead, looking straight into the sun at that end of the court.
40
now a set point.
30. Game and first set.
A really great first set from Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova.
16-1. New balls, please.
The 27th seed taking that opening set 6-1.
Love 15. All.
I think the main focus for Pavlyuchenkova after that break is just to keep the footwork up, keep up with the small steps.
15-30.
Now Siegemund's turn to go to the coaching box.
All.
It's just a continuous pressure from Pavlyuchenkova.
40.
Yeah, and the trouble for Siegemund is that she knows she needs to increase the speed, but that's not actually her usual game style. That's not what she enjoys doing. So then you're out of your comfort zone. And also I think with Siegemund's forehand grip, given that she's so natural on the slice ball, actually to play fast as a topspin shot becomes more difficult because of where she's holding the racket just a little bit more towards a serve grip.
Advantage Pavlyuchenkova.
It's hard as well when you've had such a big win, such a huge upset in the previous round, and then all of a sudden you get a bit excited, and then coming out 2 days later, tough to have the same intensity and the same freedom in your shots.
She's going to keep fighting on. That any drop in level from Pavlyuchenkova, Siegemund's going to be right there. Great fight back.
First game, second set.
The first game would have just set the tone had Pavlyuchenkova had broken. To keep that momentum going. It's a nice stopper from Siegemund.
Yes, so good, so important to be just a nudge ahead.
Although it will be a tough ask for Siegemund because Pavlyuchenkova 74-12 in Grand Slam events after winning the first set, and she's won her past 6 matches.
Let's first serve. 15 love. Oh. Fifteen all.
Here we go. Building
15,
just
30.
A tiny bit of momentum, Siegemund.
All. Forty, 30.
Take that every day of the week, and sorry, not sorry for it.
Adieu.
Just had enough momentum.
Advantage, Siegemund.
A bit more depth on that return from Siegemund, and certainly in this game as well. Just forcing Pavlyuchenkova back a little bit.
What a moment to come up with that serve. Perfectly placed in the corner.
Advantage, Pavlyuchenkova. Game, Pavlyuchenkova.
Fighting hard, both players. In these opening couple of service games in the set.
1 game all.
And just the fact that Siegemund's asking the question here, keeping things close enough for Pavlyuchenkova to just maybe start dropping her level. That's what Siegemund does so well, always keeps herself in the conversation. That's a great point. Pavlyuchenkova deceptively good with her own backhand
15.
slice. Keeps it really low. And just those last 2 shots of the rally, the fact that Siegemund then again went for the slice, but to Pavlyuchenkova's forehand, it was the same thing that we saw in the first set. It just gives her an extra second of time. And straight away, she gets the forehand cross moving.
Love 30. Oh. Oh. Love 40. Game, Pavlyuchenkova.
So there's a break of serve, and Pavlyuchenkova in control. 6-1 and now 2-1 in the seconds.
I think against Siegemund, you have to have the right mindset. when you walk out. You have to know that it's going to be tricky, you're going to be in uncomfortable positions, but as soon as you can get your head around that, then you can start to play with so much patience, and as we're seeing here from Pavlyuchenkova, so much power as well. It's complete opposite in this second round against Zheng Qinwen. She threw in so many unforced errors, was discombobulated with all the slice and dice. And that's why Pavlyuchenkova's been at the top for so long.
So a break to the good for Pavlyuchenkova.
$15 left. $15. $30-15.
And it just feels like Siegemund is rushing a bit now. She knows that she has to put pressure on Pavlyuchenkova, and this last backhand was just a bit overplayed.
And that's something that Pavlyuchenkova will seize on. A little bit of this in the opening set, early stages, so that movement forward. Take that time away.
Game.
Rolling along nicely now.
Pavlyuchenkova leads 3-1.
So looking to move through to the third round here again, Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. 17th appearance at Melbourne Park. 90 win, 62 loss record of major events.
$15. 30 love.
Well, we'll take that as well.
30-15. Let's first serve.
That be somewhat regulation for Siegemund, but she's just under all sorts of pressure at the moment.
30 all.
Yeah, doesn't know what the plan is right now. Rushing between the points and also rushing
40.
during the rally with that backhand. If you've got peace of mind, you're going back cross court 9 times out of 10 to try and play that line. Very, very difficult with the weight of shot that's coming onto you.
Deuce.
Missed that one as well.
Advantage, Pavlyuchenkova.
Trying to keep pace with Pavlyuchenkova. Sun reappeared from the cloud at just the wrong time.
Deuce.
Let's go, Anastasia.
Advantage, Siegemund.
Just isn't enjoying the power coming onto her forehand.
Deuce.
And it's tough because usually Siegemund would feel like she can drop back even further and then go for the higher ball. That tactic just has not worked today.
It's a struggle for the players on that particular end of the court. This time of the day, into the sun. That's why there's Siegemund is testing this out. So quick to get forward, Pavlyuchenkova on that occasion.
Pavlyuchenkova.
Oh, this drop shot's almost hitting the panic button for me.
Game, Pavlyuchenkova.
Siegemund's fighting hard, but Pavlyuchenkova is controlling the contest.
Pavlyuchenkova leads 4
and 4-1 for the
games to
27th
1.
seed.
And Laura, you are so spot on with just Laura Siegemund feeling so rushed out here. I called the match against Zhang Qinwen, and Zhang was staying quite far behind the baseline, so it felt like Siegemund had time to make the shot selection that she wanted. She had time to slice, she had time to change the rhythm, and it almost feels like it's a
Yeah, Petko with Pavlyuchenkova's forehand cross-court in particular, you see that 65% in general. That's the forehand cross where she's getting the width, and then as soon as Siegemund opens up the racket face with her forehand in that corner, Pavlyuchenkova's closing down the point. But I just love that spread of shots, and only 9% through the middle. Barely a single point has gone by where she's not tried to do something.
Laura, did you go out and sing karaoke last night?
I wish that was the case.
Just too much work, right?
Yeah, just Jasmine Paolini keeping me up.
Keeping you up. I had Dale Medvedev for company last night.
Listen, it's not a competition.
That's
Who
true.
stayed latest?
Do you like karaoke though?
I do, I really do.
I love karaoke as well. Do you like karaoke, Petko?
Oh, don't you know it?
Oh, yes. Okay. Good to know.
Love 15. Fifteen all. (30-15).
That team pretty happy with the way things are rolling at the moment. Yeah, too good. And too much in control right now.
40-15. Game, Pavlyuchenkova.
Came away from a spot in round 4.
Pavlyuchenkova leads.
Has played this
5 games to
match
1.
perfectly. Pavlyuchenkova.
Now what can Siegemund do just to try and keep herself in the contest? Try and throw Pavlyuchenkova off her rhythm somehow. It just shows.
15
We spoke about it at the start. Pavlyuchenkova and her remarkable longevity right at the very top of the sport. Such a long period of time. You mentioned the
15 all.
720-second match playing this level.
Well, she's made 5 Slam quarterfinals plus a final.
30-15.
Garros. She just knows what to do at this stage of a Grand Slam. Will still hang in.
40-15.
Fights will still try to throw Pavlyuchenkova off her rhythm that she's in right now, particularly on her serve.
It feels like they haven't even had to say much. Pavlyuchenkova's coaching box, because from the second game of the match, she was so spot on with what to do out here. I wasn't troubled.
Game Siegemund.
So we'll force Pavlyuchenkova to serve out this match. The 27 seed, 6-1 and now 5-2.
Pavlyuchenkova leads 5-2.
Has underlined how dominant Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova can be. And Andrea, you'd have to be a pretty special player to have a decent head-to-head record against her, knowing how difficult a player she is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, to be fair, it was on clay, which is probably Laura Siegemund's favorite surface. And I think what was very, very obvious today is what a great game plan Pavlyuchenkova had by just defending the baseline no matter what comes and stepping inside it whenever she had the chance. And by that, she sort of diffused all the weapons Siegemund has. It's still not over the match, and as we all know, it's not over until the last point has been won. But this is a very impressive performance so far by Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, and Siegemund is still hanging on and trying everything she can.
Absolutely. Andrea being very modest there, because she's got a 2-1 head-to-head record over Pavlyuchenkova.
As always, I misunderstood the question. I thought you were talking about the head-to-head from Laura Siegemund against Pavlyuchenkova.
That's all right. That's all right. I just wanted to throw it in there as well.
But thank you for mentioning my career that was in the 1900s.
Oh, come on. Now. Let's see if Pavlyuchenkova can finish this off here.
It's a good start.
Love 15.
Was that a left-handed forehand?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
She's just got to go for it in that position in the court. There's some element of risk here with the way that Pavlyuchenkova is playing.
Thirty 15.
The right sort of depth for Laura Siegemund.
30 all.
Yeah, one of the worst forehands that we've seen from Pavlyuchenkova all match, to be honest. love that one, though.
An hour and a half
40,
on court.
30.
A point for Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova to move through to round 4.
Game set match, Pavlyuchenkova. 2 sets to love. 6-1,
The evergreen
6-2.
Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova doing what she does best, moving through week 1 of a major.
Well,
That was a superb performance. 6-1, 6-2 over Laura Siegemund, and moves through to round number 4 at Melbourne Park.
Just a fantastic performance, start to finish. Came out with such intention with the game plan, knew exactly what her focus should be, but to actually commit to that from the first point to the last point is so impressive against someone who can really frustrate you. Laura Siegemund gets in the head of so many players with her variety, with her construction of the points, but she just wasn't allowed to do that today. That's as simple as it was for Pavlyuchenkova. She knew she had to dictate the baseline. Still an amazing tournament for Siegemund. Third round of the AO, huge upset in the previous round against last year's finalist, but today was all about Pavlyuchenkova and how good her ground strokes were.
Very satisfied with her performance. It's nice. Those towels are hot property. Last night with Leonard Tien playing Daniil Medvedev, the crowd who'd stuck around thinking they could throw, he was going to throw the towels. He said, no, I'm going to keep one for my mum. So let's hear from our winner. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova is right in the middle of Cain Arena with our very own Andrea Petkovic.
Anastasia, into the round of the last 16. What a performance today. How did you feel about your tennis?
Well, now I don't really think about my tennis because I won. You know how it is with the emotions. You're just happy to win, even if you serve like this, probably. But actually, also, I'm pleased with my performance. Of course, there are always nerves and a little bit different conditions today, but she's very tricky opponent, such a good fighter. So I just wanted to stay till the end with my game plan.
Well, you just mentioned it. She beat the top 5 player before. Very crafty, difficult. What was your game plan going into the match today?
Yeah, obviously to stay aggressive since the start till the end, not to really give her opportunity to slice and all that, you know. So yeah, just kind of try to stick. It wasn't easy, but I've managed pretty well, I think.
Well, listen, I was seated behind your coaching box, and the energy was amazing. I think they will be sore tomorrow from all the jumping they did.
Yeah, that's right, but they will not be sore because they turned it since the first match, and there was actually the first 2 matches were in 3 sets, so 2.5 hours each. I think they all had treatment yesterday because they were like, you know, but yeah, that's the deal. We try to exchange the energy, and I really need this, especially at this age right now. So yeah, that's helping a lot.
Well, you mentioned your age. On one of your last Instagram posts, you said, I'm too old to be on tour, but I'm still in the prison. After today's performance, do you still feel like you're too old for the tour?
After some of the long rallies, yes. I'm on back. I'm turning myself to the wall, and I'm like, oh my God, just breathe. Hopefully, I can play the next match. But I think mentally it was helping because she's even older than me today. So I tried to convince myself that okay, you're a younger one here, so move your legs.
Well, we don't think you're too old, and we are so glad to see you in the round of last 16. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, everybody.
A great performance. Playing like that.